Well, hello, hello, hello. Happy first day of 2026. I am so pleased to be here with my good friend, Dr. Michael Gross.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And thank you so much for all joining us. We only do this for about 30 minutes roughly, and Michael channels all the information. So, what we do is if you put your questions in the comments below, Happy New Year, everyone. When you put your questions in the comments below, then Michael will get to them at the end of his message for tonight. Michael is a professional keynote speaker, energy transformational coach, entrepreneur, and the, the author of the Spiritual Primer. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this all over to you, Michael, and put your contact information in the comments so that people can get right in touch with you when they have an opportunity. Okay, Michael. Oh, I forgot to say, Michael has also been in the spiritual realm for over 40 years. So
Okay.
what he has to share with us is going to be very powerful, and I can't wait to hear it because this is the new first day of the new year. So take it away, Michael. I'll be on mute.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Well, the subject, of course, is new beginnings for a new year. And thinking about that, I desire all of you to know that this is channeled. And there's sometimes some verbal mistakes may happen. I will correct myself because the information comes in so fast. I want to welcome all of you and realize that the year 2026 in numerology adds up to a one, which means new beginnings. And this is so phenomenal because looking at your life, each new year is a new beginning, but it's more powerful because of the numerology of a one. And I would like to ask all of you to take a moment and say and think what you desire to accomplish this year. So I'd like to share some things that I want to bring up with you and share with you, and perhaps you want to let it go. First of all, since it's new beginnings, take a moment to think what really suits you. What's in your life that you'd like to enhance, and what's in your life that you would like to let go of, and it no longer suits you. And this is so important because we're in a 8 year, actually 7 year transformational period where giving us an opportunity to shed the skin, so to speak, and to recreate our lives. Every moment, every second of your life, you are creating your life, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally. But if you bother to think thoughts are vibrations and energies and create your life, truly, what are you thinking? What do you desire? More importantly, this is a period that you need to ask yourself, what would make my heart sing? What would bring joy and happiness? What would I like to achieve? And I'd like to share some thoughts with you. Most importantly, you would like to achieve joy and happiness. Well, why would I say joy and happiness over perhaps a new relationships or financial prosperity or a new job or a new place to live? Because all those don't necessarily create joy and happiness. It creates another scenario where you have to make changes, adjust, readjust, and look around and say, how am I going to accomplish this? Your soul knows exactly what is needed to bring joy and happiness. You wrote the script of your life. In writing the script of your life, you weren't meant to suffer. But then you get involved in your ego and you say, my way or the highway. Congratulations. There's an old saying, you win the argument and you lose the sale. Well, of course, we're not talking about selling something, but really think about it. You're really selling something because you're selling yourself on an idea. And the idea is what your ego says is necessary for you, but not what is necessarily best for you. And again, I bring up, various people and various thoughts and Steve Jobs. You know, I mentioned this before, but he said a $30 watch will tell the same time as a $300 watch. $30,000 car will get you where a $30,000 car could go. But more importantly, the one thing that you cannot buy is health. Think about this. So when you think about you can't buy health, And that's what I want to concentrate in this time, the beginning of this year. Can you really buy health? And the answer is depends upon your interpretation of buying health, going to a doctor and getting prescriptions. And we all know prescriptions work to some degree. And of course, they have side effects. You start with one, you end up with two, three, or four, or whatever. But why not think of buying perfect health for you by saying to yourself, I am buying into, keywords, buying into having joy and happiness and perfect health. So, how do you buy into perfect health? Well, you listen to the thoughts of your soul. Yeah, I know some of you are saying, I don't hear anything. I don't hear it talking to me. Your soul is talking to you. You get these impressions, these feelings. You should do this or you should do that. Buying means, in this concept, what I'm explaining, is accepting that you should listen to your body and do what makes you happy. And that's so important. So let's talk about eating. So when we talk about eating, there are souls that eat just to keep their body alive. There are souls that eat under stress. There are souls that don't eat under stress. There are souls that look in the mirror and decide they're too fat, too old, too wrinkly, and I got to look and make myself look younger and feel younger, and I'll buy all these cosmetics or whatever you buy to make yourself look good. Do they work? Yeah, they work to some degree. But let's look at this a little further. And buying into the understanding is that what the mind can conceive, the body will believe. That's from the true source. What the mind can conceive, the body will believe. So, what do you really believe about your life? As I've said before, your body has an intelligence. How about listen to the thoughts of your body? How about listen to the thoughts of your ego and saying, hey, I hear you, ego, what you're saying. Thank you. I'll get back to you later. Your ego has only one major object in life to control and manipulate you. And if you keep listening to your ego, you're going to end up in hot water. You're going to sink yourself. So you sit there and say, I don't look handsome. I don't look beautiful. I got to have a facelift. Oh, I'll try this. I'll try that. What about talking to your body and say, I love you? And I would love my body to listen to me, to help produce an energy of love and joy and healing. How about repeating that two, three, four times a day? Well, Michael, why do I have to do it three, four times a day? Because one of the reasons is your ego is going to say, this is a bunch of malarkey. Another thing that your ego is going to say, it's not going to work, and that you're impatient. Well, your body didn't get this way overnight. It's by your thoughts and how you treated it. And now expressing that you want to take your body and you're going to say, no, I'm not going to want, because wanting gets me only the wanting. Well, I'm hoping I'm going to look good. No, hoping only gets the hoping. Maybe you get the maybe. How about saying, now my body is beautiful? Always speak in the now, the moment, and your body will slowly begin to change. One of the important things a lot of people say at this time, oh, they go on a New Year's resolution. I'm going to take off work. And now I'm going to take off some work, another week to rest. I'm going to take off weight. And when I take off weight, I'm going to use all these diet pills or Zempic or whatever it's called. And there are side effects. What about having a conversation with your body? Say, I'd like to be the perfect weight. Not what you think. The body knows what the perfect weight is. And it may be not what you were 15 or 18 or 20, 22 years old, but it's the healthiest weight for you. How about saying to your body, I desire now to be healthy and strong and rehabilitate my body? And here's something important that comes in. You need to understand, why is my body this way? Why did I create it now this way? What am I to learn? And what am I hanging on to that's preventing me from having my ideal body and weight? That's what you need to ask yourself and meditate on it. And the answer will be there. And I know some people, well, I tried it, nothing happened. When you ask for an answer, it happens right away. Ego gets in the way, or you're expecting to hear something. And I say, when I talk to many people about that, well, that's not what I wanted to hear. Well, you asked for how do I make myself healthier, and you don't want to hear that. Well, why don't you listen to it? But when you listen to your body, again, I bring up with a child, and a child, I remember my children when they were on baby food. One day, my son or daughter would have chicken and peas for dinner. Next day, or lunch, they wouldn't want the leftover chicken. So my wife would get frustrated, and I did. But then I said, well, let's try something else. So let's say they had beef and string beans, and they would eat it. And we didn't understand that that child, that baby, knows exactly what it needs. It knows intuitively. And you go, well, it's only 6, 8 months, 11 months old. How does it know? Because the soul knows what's best for its body. Now we grow up into adulthood and we think we know everything. We're not listening to our body. And it's so important to listen to our body. And that's what happens. You begin to change. But when you take a look at your body, I got an ache here, I got arthritis here, I have this here, and I have that here. That's true. What are you not listening to? More importantly, what are you hanging on to? Supposing you have severe arthritis in your legs or in your ankles or something. Well, what do legs represent? Mobility, doing things. What is it you not want to do? What are you hanging on to? What are you afraid to say? What are you afraid to do? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself for the next several weeks or months till you finally get an answer. And you'll begin to realize I'm hanging on to this emotion or this fear, or I don't feel good enough. I don't feel accepted enough. And why are you listening to somebody else's judgment? You know the expression, judge not lest you be judged. We are inundated through social media, through advertising and radio, TV, magazines to look beautiful or handsome, blah, blah, excuse me, blah, blah, blah. You do this, you do that. But intuitively, innately, you know exactly what you need to do. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because in America, so much of our food stuff has so many chemicals to make it taste good. And you trust the FDA said, oh, this is permissible. Well, maybe it is permissible. What is it? Maybe it isn't. But the question is it right for you? That's what you need to understand. Is it perfect to you? And again, there was a time where they said you shouldn't eat too many eggs because it causes cholesterol and heart condition, blocks your arteries, and so on and so forth. If you believe that, truly, it will do that. When the mind conceives, the body will believe. But I'll share a quick story. So my father-in-law at that time was in the wholesale egg business. He would bring down a crate of eggs, 30 dozen eggs. I loved egg salad. I'm not saying, and my children, my wife, we had eggs, but I'm going to say out of a month, I probably ate close to 20 dozen or 18 dozen. Oh, Michael, you've got to go to the doctor. You're going to cholesterol. So I went for a cholesterol test. Guess what? I was below normal. Why? Because I believe I love this. It was good for my body. Oh, you must like it. We'll process it and make it really work for you. See how powerful you are in your thoughts? Sometimes they're so subliminal you don't understand. But now you're going into the year and new year, and we talked about listening to your thoughts or your body. So let's move forward. Listen to the thoughts of what you're going to be creating in this coming year. Well, I'm going to be, I'm going to be, I'm going to be. Don't talk about I'm going, I'm going, I'm going. I am now. I am now. I am now. It's so important. And so sometimes I get a call or, well, I've been saying it, nothing's been happening. Why are you saying that? Well, you're doubting it. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Well, why are you questioning it? Of course, they get mad at me or they'll say something and I'll try to encourage them. You see, you're in a new year, new beginnings. Why not create something that brings you joy and happiness? And one of the most important things I share and I teach, you what are you going to accomplish this year? And you take out a laundry list. And I go, let me share something with you. Why don't you say my perfect life, my perfect health, my perfect relationships, my perfect job, my perfect economy, whatever? And why would I use the word perfect? Well, I learned this lesson a long time ago. When I moved out here to the Seattle area, I had a truck, passed everything but a gas tank. I should say a gas station. And so what happened is I bought a used car and I went down my laundry list. One thing I forgot to say had to be perfect with the battery. 3 days later, the battery dies. True source said, "How about your perfect car?" I got it. Well, I drove that car like 75 or 80,000 miles. I only had one set of tires. They were the cheapest Korean tires I could buy. It was a standard. The clutch was fine, never ate a drop of oil, and one set of brakes because the car was perfect. And I sold to a friend of mine. He said, best car I ever had. By this time, I was 15 years old. Because I manifested the perfect car for me. Ask for your perfect life, your perfect abundance, whatever. Don't place conditions on it because you know what? If the conditions aren't fulfilled the way you think they should be, not what's best for you, you get disgusted and you block it. That's how powerful you are. So perfect whatever. And the other night I was working with someone and they were manifesting something and they said, how about their health and something else? And I went, perfect. I understand your concern. What does perfect means everything in your life is perfect. Perfect means the way is best for you, not for anybody else, just for you. You know, my perfect meal is this. Your perfect meal may be something else, somebody else's perfect meal. Hey, that's fine. It's perfect for you. So start thinking about a desire to enhance my life by bringing in perfect things to me that bring me joy and happiness. I don't know what they all are. I just know a few, but I just let my soul bring it to me. Again, I want to remind all of you the reason your soul is bringing it to you is because you wrote the script of your life. And therefore, it knows what it you desire, what you should have in your life because you wrote it. Well, you'll say, why did I create such chaos in my life? Well, that's a very good question. What did you learn from it? How did you grow? And is it not perfect that you now healed yourself from all the chaos? Or some people would say, I'm still in chaos. Say, yeah, that's perfect for you. Why is it perfect for me? Because you're supposed to learn something from it. And once you learn something from it, it no longer has any purpose in your life. Then it disappears. And a new door opens up to bring more joyous and happiness in your life. This is so important for us to learn. And this is why you're here. Now, what is great about this present energy on this planet is everything you do is going to be simpler and easier for you to accomplish. So I would say, watch your thoughts, watch the direction you're going into. And you know, my cliche is that you're unlimited. Well, think for a moment what unlimited means. It means what? You can accomplish anything or whatever you want to add to it. Most importantly, as I mentioned before, look in the mirror and say, Michael, to you, whatever, I'm unlimited 18 times, not three or four now, 18. Well, what is the number 18? Well, numerology wise, 8 plus 1 is 9 is completion. So what you think you create, what you create, you experience. You are energy, you're a frequency, you're a vibration. If you turn around and say, I'm tired, I'm going to get a cold and sick, guarantee you, you'll be tired, you'll get a cold, and you'll be sick. Well, I didn't manifest that. Mm-hmm, you did, because that's what you think. And what if you keep saying, I'm unlimited every day? Look in the mirror, go to sleep and say that, because the last thing you say or think of when you go to sleep is reviewed in the subconscious 50 to 100 times. I'll explain that in another time, why it works. Except that just believe that thoughts are things, old cliche, and you are SOULE/SOLE creator of your life. So in new beginnings, new life, think about what you desire to create, not what you want. Notice my words, desire, and then write something down. I now have my perfect life. Pretty simple. But then the ego go, well, you missed this one and you missed that one. And maybe this is not going to happen. And maybe that's not going to happen. And the minute you buy into it, you're right. You're 100% correct. Everything's maybe, which means could or couldn't. So these are the thoughts I leave with you. And that is write down whatever it is. Say, I now have my perfect life. And just know it physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, and relationship wise. And what's going to be happening, by the way, over the next several years, you're going to shed relationships and you're going to shed them. But since the universe, there's no such thing as a vacuum, means new people are coming in that are more of your vibration and frequency, more loving and caring, and will help you with your life and have more of an interest in you rather than a financial interest, or rather to use you for something they so desire. So remember, new beginnings, new year, and you are now in control. Listen to the thoughts of your soul. When you meditate, you'll hear the thoughts, and you'll know whether it's ego. Well, you should sell, your car and get a new car. And by the way, it should be a, let's say, Rolls Royce or a Mercedes Maybach. Really? I'll share one little quick story. I always wanted a Rolex watch. Okay. And I happened to go in the jeweler and needed a battery. And I said to him, is Rolex that better? And he said, well, I don't know a lot about watches. And his wife says, I have a Rolex watch. You know what? Keeps perfect time, but also keeps perfect time at a cheaper watch that I have. And she said, by the way, Michael, every 3 years, I have to get it cleaned and realigned. Costs me $1,000. Okay, I'll buy that $30 or $50 watch or $80 or $100 watch. I don't need a Rolex. The only reason I thought to get a Rolex is because the time was perfect. But I've had watches that kept perfect time, have been with me for years, and don't need to spend $1,000 every 3 years. So be careful what you ask for. So, and with that thought in mind, I'd like to share something else with you, and that is share this with your friends, have them join us, listen to the replays. And one other thought, actually, a couple of other thoughts, and that is every Tuesday evening from 6:30 p.m. Pacific time to 7:30 p.m. We do Soul Awakening. It's on freeconferencecall.com. And all you need to do is to join us. And if you have nothing to share or no questions, that's perfect. But others have questions. And it's phenomenal. We learn from each other and we grow. And then I deliver a 10-minute message. You talk to them how they can access us.
Absolutely. On Tuesday nights, the number is 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125-446 #. One more time, please.
Absolutely. 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125-446 #. All of you, I encourage you to listen in. We learn from each other. New information comes forth. Maybe you already know this, but something as a reminder. Using that area code and the same access code, the second Saturday of every month on freeconferencecall.com, we do the mass consciousness healing. And it starts from 9:55 a.m. Pacific time to 11:01. It's only on the second Saturday at those time Pacific time. Please join me. Help us make a difference on this planet to change the chaos and anger and frustration into unconditional love and peace and harmony. It's so important that we do this. See, because you are the solution. You are the reason that when we band together, bring this planet back to unconditional love. So, Tio, give them that information one more time. It's the same as Soul Awakening.
Absolutely, Michael. A lot of people are leaving comments, so I'm sorry if I got distracted, but we will get to them as well. So the mass consciousness healing number is 202-926-1059, and the access code, Michael?
125-446-pound. Also, I talked about leaving a 10-minute message. I think there are 411, 412 10-minute messages. And the reason I do that is that, you're frustrated, you're angry, you're upset, the day's not going well, you're stuck. You're going to have the opportunity to listen to a 10-minute message, which will enhance and change your life. And they're not indexed. And when I realized I forgot to do that, the true source said, no, you didn't. You want to read through 411 different titles? No, I don't have time. Good. Trust your soul. Say, well, number 314, I don't know why I should listen to it. And then I get a call. Michael, it's just what I needed to hear. So to give them that information, how they can access that information.
Absolutely. That number is 434-300-4170. And the code, Michael?
Same access code, 125-446-pound. One more time, please.
434-300-4170. And the code, Michael?
125-446-pound. Well, I encourage all of you to join us and listen to those messages. It starts at number 3 and goes up to about 411 or 12. I'm not sure which, but don't worry about it. You will listen to the right one. Also, I want to remind all of you that if you go to Dr. Michael B. Gross on YouTube, you will see the replays of all these years that we've been doing these messages and podcasts. This is our 3rd year to you.
No, it's more like the 4th,
All
maybe
right.
even the 5th, but there's a lot of recordings in there, that's for sure.
And I would encourage all of you to listen to them, especially when you're bored or whatever, and you'll just listen to the right one. Also, there's a limited number of them with beautiful photography from our award-winning photographer, Tio, with a motivational thought, and then you'll hear a verbal explanation. Again, it's maybe 10 or 15 minutes long or a little less. I would encourage all of you to do that. It's so important. And more importantly, to realize that you are a very special soul, that you're created out of love, by love, from, and with love. And remember that. Remember, without love, there is no life. Without life, there is no love. And you're here to love and enjoy life. That is so very important. To you, what are some of the comments or anything I could answer?
Well, a lot of people here are sending you hearts. Um, they're sending you Happy New Year's, but there are a couple questions. Let me go back up through here very quickly. Um, and Michael, while I'm looking, would you let them know what you also offer?
While you're doing that, I offer a complimentary session, approximately a half an hour. The information is there. I am old school and everybody makes fun of me. Please, just don't text me. Call the number. If I'm tied up, I'll say I'll get back to you. Then text me with the telephone number and your availability and where you live, because there's a time difference. Sometimes with some people there's 8 hours difference. Sometimes there's less. But I am old school. And I really believe on one-to-one where we can have a great conversation. So you can ask any question you so desire. Hopefully I can answer to you. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'll just say if I can be any help, let me know. And I wish you well. And if you desire my help, fine. If you don't, that's what I'm here for, just to plant thoughts and help you grow. And if you're ready for me in the future, fine. If not, what a beautiful conversation. And thank you for blessing my life. All right, to you. What are some of the questions?
All right. Well, Inga would like to commented she would like to feel like me again, like herself again. And
Well, just so simple. Ask for your perfect life. Period. Simple, easy. Humans, when I ask the true source, why is spirituality such a big deal? And the true source says, because everything you humans do, you make a big deal out of. Everything is simple and basic. It's by your faith and belief and acceptance. FABA, that you create the perfect life or the perfect healing or whatever you so desire. And remember, if you've had a problem for 10 years, don't think it's going to be gone in 36 or 10 seconds. It may, and I've experienced it perfectly. Sometimes it takes a little longer.
Alrighty. Darshan has a few here. And I think what he's doing is I'll just read them. He says, now my body is beautiful. Now I am the perfect weight. And my soul knows what's best, so I need to listen to it, and I'll do so joyfully. And then he writes, I am now. And here's the beautiful question, Michael. What is the difference between saying you want something and you desire something? Either way, you have the want or you have the desire, but not the thing you want or desire.
Well, here's the important point. Wanting gets you the wanting, okay? Hoping, wishing, etc. When you say you're desiring, you're now changing an energy. It comes from your soul what you desire to do, rather than from the ego wanting, wishing, or hoping. One is doubtful, one is desiring now, is putting to into action. What you put into action, hoping, wishing, and wanting, that's what you're going to manifest, but not the completed thought. Where you're desiring it now, I desire that I am now, etc. This is what is happening. You're putting the energy, you're putting the rocket fuel, and marrying the two together to accomplish this. That's the difference.
Perfect. I believe, Michael, we have hearts, lots of love coming your way. And Inga also said here, never get tired of hearing you say POUND.
Say that again because you were muffled. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm never get tired of hearing you say, and then she spells out the letters POUND. Found.
Okay.
Okay, I get it. Because we always do that with the code.
All right.
So
Thank you.
Darshan says thank you, and I believe that's it for the questions.
All right. So the next thing I'd like to share with you is this beautiful book. There we go. By T.U. Knapp, Healing the Holes in Your Soul. It's all about going from gutter to great, finding freedom within. It's a beautiful book. It should be read. It's a book of hope, of joy, and it's a book of accomplishment to inspire you that you too can go from the gutter, fears and doubts and abuse into one of love and joy and happiness. This is a must read.
Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate your kind words. And thank you for being my spiritual mentor for over 6 years. I love doing these podcasts with you. And I would highly recommend that everybody who doesn't have a copy of this book yet, get this copy. This is Dr. Michael Gross. Dr. Michael Gross is the spiritual primer, and he has so many golden nuggets in here. He has truly, truly changed my life. Like he said, from gutter to grace. He reached down, pulled me out of the gutter, and gave me this most beautiful life that I'm living in now. And I cannot ever thank you enough for that, Michael. It starts with this book and a complimentary consultation. Talk to Michael if you haven't had that consultation yet, because it can be life-changing. He woke up my soul, and we'll talk about that some other time. Right, Michael?
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Also, if you want to get a hold of the books, it's hard to get it on Amazon. I'm sold out. You've heard this for quite a while. So Tia has left information, and it's the same price as you would pay for it on Amazon, which is $29.95, including shipping and any tax involved. And you get a personal little thought for you to look at, autographed by me. And Tia, tell them about your book.
Well, my book is available on Amazon. Same kind of thing, though, because at Amazon we can't sign them. So if you connect with us, we can give you, we'll provide for you for a nominal fee right? $29.95, right, Michael?
Yes.
Plus all the shipping and handling is already in there. And I will also leave an inscription inside, specially made just for you in the book. I will truly, truly, truly be honored to send one to you. And what a great way to start the new year. These two books make a nice gift. And when you know people who are struggling in their life, definitely, you have the amazing tools that Michael provides in his book, and he has taught me so many tools to cope with and learn how to not just survive in life but to thrive in life. And that's so incredibly important. I'm so honored to have you in my life, Michael.
Well, thank you. You honor me. Thank you. Everyone, thank you for being with us. Share this information. Join us next week. And we wish you a happy, healthy, and prosperous and abundant new year because it is now occurring for you as you believe it. So no longer wishing, it is now happening and occurring in your life. So thank all of you. I thank you. I appreciate you. And remember, you are unlimited. Namaste, everyone. Take care.
Namaste. We love you.
Love you.